I'm Entry from Check This Nano project. This video is for correction for Matt Eriksson from Facebook, who is struggling with backlights and what to do. This is what we did with the dimming. Basically, this is the dimmer unit or the light control unit for the overhead panel. And you see there are a few wires coming out of it. A few of them are controlling the white or the red lights, and these 10 wires here are connected from the selector, from the 10 position selector, into the trim bridge here. So each of these 10 is from 0, no light, to 10 to full backlight, and there is a 5V input and the output here. And with each of the trim, so you have 0 or full, that's 1, 2, and then you need 8 steps between. So you have 8 trims here, and the output from the bridge is coming into one Arduino, which is by the way dead. It cannot communicate. It cannot communicate. It was is dead for another reason. And also this USB hub here is dead. It's not connected to USB anyways, but it's just providing power to that Arduino. And from the Arduino, you see the analog input number 1 is connected to the H-bridge. So the voltage from the H-bridge is from the trim bridge is going into the Arduino analog input, and there is a analog output which is going into the H-bridges here. So that's the dimming. These H-bridges, there are 2. Each of them have 4 outputs, and each of them can handle up to 2 amperes maximum, but we use only 1 ampere to have enough capacity left. This is the common power. You see how thick cable that is. That is this cable, the thickest here, which comes all the way from the power supply, which is there in the rack, and through some relays into here. So this is the thickness of the supply cable that you need. That's 16 square millimeters. And from the H bridges we get 4 outputs, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's only 4 because I combined 2 and 2 on each H bridge, so I have 4 amperes or 2 amperes on one output. 1, 2, 3, 4. Each can handle 2 amperes. And you see I have that's the distribution point. So these red cables are going to a different light plates or instrument groups, maximum 2 instruments, and maybe one light plate and one smaller. And there are a few still not connected because I need one more H-bridge model like this, which is already done, and it will be fixed like here. And you see it has a very big cooler with the fan there, so it is very not easy to make a dimming on the light plates and the backlight. And now assume that's 8 amperes here for the half of the overhead, and I need one more, so that will already be 16 amperes only on the overhead panel. And then you need another amperes for the central panel, for the captains and first officers panels, for the pedestal, for I know the map lights, and there's a lot more. So to the whole aircraft we calculated like for 85 amperes should be sufficient. And I will show the power supply. We have 4 power supplies here. This is the power supply for 5V. It is SP4805, so that's 480 watts. And you see the thickness of the cable. That's 16 square millimeters as well. And just for This is a 24 power supply, and that's called 2000, so we have 2 kilowatts of power for 24 volts and 2 more for the force feedback. That's 350 watts. That's our power station, and you see that all the cables are very solid, very thick, so you don't have any power loss all along the way. And okay, so that's it. Hope I helped you a little bit, and bye bye.